To the person in the bell jar, blank and stopped as a dead baby, the world itself is a bad dream. This, I think, is one of the strongest, most hauntingly beautiful novels ever written. I read it when I was a teenager, and I know that Holden Caulfield's The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger is kind of considered the ultimate coming of age story. In a lot of ways, it is. But this is a competitor, a very strong competitor. It's an absolutely beautifully written novel. I think that Joyce Carol Oates, who has been critical of Sylvia Plath in some ways, said that taken as a whole, both her novel and her poetry together constitute an almost perfect work of art. And I second that. Okay, I want to read from the first paragraph. It was a queer, sultry summer. The summer they electrocuted the Rosenbergs, and I didn't know what I was doing in New York. I'm stupid about executions. The idea of being electrocuted makes me sick, and that's all there was to read about in the papers. Goggle-eyed headlines staring up at me on every street corner and at the fusty, peanut-smelling mouth of every subway. It had nothing to do with me, but I couldn't help wondering what it would be like, being burned alive all along your nerves. I thought it must be the worst thing in the world. New York was bad enough. By 9 in the morning, the fake country wet freshness that somehow seeped in overnight evaporated like the tail end of a sweet dream. Mirage gray at the bottom of their granite canyons, the hot streets wavered in the sun. The car tops sizzled and glittered, and the dry, cindery dust blew into my eyes and down my throat. Okay. In the blurb on the back of the book, it says, in the hauntingly beautiful pages of the Bell Jar, Sylvia Plath takes us on a gripping journey into the fragile psyche of Esther Greenwood. Set against the backdrop of 1950s America, this semi-autobiographical novel explores the stifling expectations placed upon women and the suffocating grasp of societal norms. As Esther grapples with her ambitions, desires, and mental health, she finds herself trapped in a metaphorical bell jar, an oppressive glass enclosure that isolates her from the world. Plath's evocative prose and poignant portrayal of Esther's descent into madness make the bell jar a timeless masterpiece that shines a searing light on the complexities of the human psyche and the unrelenting quest for self-identity. And it really, like I said, I can't really recommend it too highly. I just about wore my copy out when I was a teenager. I think a lot of young people do. It's a beautiful book.